Good morning, YouTube, and I hope you're all doing very well. This is me on my morning walk. As I say, you've got to try to keep healthy, keep your mindset right, and even trying to just get your cardio up. And I struggle, believe me. But this morning's little bit is a few pointers. I mean, we've got the Rotherham victims have actually made it known, and they have done for a long time now, that they weren't only raped by the usual mob, but they were also raped by local politicians and police officers. So hence why there's never going to be a national inquiry, and why there is a cover-up that is actually there for all to see. And then we have the Chinese spy scandal. Then we've got this government approving a new Chinese mega embassy that's to be built in London. And then we've got think tanks and security advisors saying how the Chinese and Russians are responsible for, I'd say, over 50%, but approximately 50% of the hackings that have happened of late, i.e. Jaguar, Marks and Spencer's, the nurseries, etc., etc. And then we've got a government that is pushing for digital ID. Well, I'd say that one actually answers itself, wouldn't you agree? And then we've got certain communities starting up patrols. Now, I totally agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. We've got the Sikh community that are coming out and patrolling their areas to protect their people, and that's all very well. But it's called the the Sikh UK Army, and they've actually got the approval of the police, supposedly, and then you've got the Muslims. They're always crying out victim and saying how they're under, getting racist threats and all that shenanigans. Well, I would tell you this now. The majority, I'd say 90% of that is made up and fabricated. But it's being pushed, and money is being flung into protecting their communities. But this is my question. What about the white British? What about the Christians? What about the Jewish population of this country? They seem to get no protection. And then we've got these fascists, Islamic, anti-Western marches that are occurring every other day in this country, and nothing's done about them. And it seems as well our government is actively putting up and allowing, it's been proven, and it is proven, the evidence is out there, they're allowing the invading army to come in, to enter. We can't fight them on the beaches, there's none of that. No. We allow them to come in, we give them clothes, we give them 5-star hotels, and then we've got a government that actually despises us and does everything in its power to strip this country of every asset it's ever had. And it is destroying us. It's literally destroying us. The normal population of this country, the hard-working population, are we're not protected. We're just persecuted. We're called racist for putting up our flags, and people are finding it offensive. And it's always a certain demographic of councillors that are complaining about these flags and how they find them offensive. I personally, as a British person, a British white civilian, find foreign flags highly offensive and find them alarming and distressing. But that's allowed to carry on. No ifs or no buts about it. Are women, they seem to be fair game and nothing happens. I mean, we look at the sentences every day. I'm sure when you're bouncing around today, you'll hear some other ones that have been trialled get a sentence that doesn't suit the crime. But if you complain about it, or speak about it, or come out and protest about it, or post about it like this, okay, you will be dragged across the coals and you will be imprisoned. Now, Tommy Robinson, for instance, okay, he's not everyone's cup of tea, but he has got the capabilities of massing the people that are awake and, could do something about it. And he is doing something about it. And he's making it worldwide and he's making it noticed by everyone. But there's always an unfair trial for that fella. There is always the left trying to say he's a Jewish shill. And I don't care what he is. I don't care if he's getting paid by whoever. But at least he's saying the right things and doing the right things. Then, I mean, everyone's cowering. I mean, it's time now, men. It's time now, women. Well, the women seem to have a lot more cojones than the bloody men in this country. But don't you think it's time enough is enough? Don't you think that this government is the enemy? The government should be removed. And a people or a military that isn't woke, okay, and I'm sure there's plenty of the military that ain't, should be put into government until this thing is sorted out, and then we'll have a snap election. It's beyond the power of what's happening, and I, for one, I'm not going to do anything. Of course not, and I'm not inciting anything, but I am not taking it anymore. I will not comply with this government. I'm opting out. And I should say that we're all going to do that. We should all do that. I mean, there's a budget coming up, right? In this budget, I bet you they're going to hammer every one of the Brits, the hard-working Brits, someone that's, people that have made a bit of themselves, earned a few quid, started up businesses. They're going to be hammered. They've got a nice house that they've strived for, and what they're going to do, they want to charge them double their community charge. Why? Does that mean that their bins get emptied 2 or 3 more times extra a week? No, it won't. Okay, all we're doing is paying and subsidising for everything else. And then we've got that blithering, two-kier, all the gear, no idea, loves a toot, bit partial to a rent boy, and is a complete commie scumbag in my eyes, okay? Giving our money away here, there and everywhere. He's compromising our security. He's compromising everything that we hold dear. And he is stripping it down and he is totally pacifying the communities, I personally think we need now a snap election, and we need it now, not like yesterday. We need it tomorrow. We need all these wrong uns removed. And I'm talking about in the universities. We're talking about the justice system, all these judges that are dodgy, okay? All of the civil service has got to be accounted for. We don't need half of them. All the councils, they need to be dissolved. We need a proper audit on their finances and see where our hard-earned cash is going, right? That's my opinion. You let me know what you think, and please give me a thumbs up and a share, because my videos don't go anywhere, because I've got a feeling it's because I speak the truth. Anyway, bye-bye, God bless, and enjoy your day. Thank you.